City ground, and Bubba.
Well, that was absolutely calm.
And a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to Does This Football Stand on this. Who's echoing? Oh, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing very well this evening. It's Friday night. It means it's time for this week in football. Get involved in the live chat, of course. Get your comments in. Like the stream. Subscribe if you're new on all that jazz. Right. Yeah. We got loads to talk about tonight. So we'll be obviously on till 7 o'clock. It's the usual time, 6 till 7. That's normally about an hour show. After time, an hour's probably enough after time, to be honest. But joining us tonight, we've got a new guest actually on the channel. He's been on the channel before, but we've got a new guest on the streams tonight, and that is MUFC Daily, otherwise known as Adam. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
No, you're not good, you Adam. Yes. Great to hear you. There's the first pun of the night. Great to hear you, though. Great. Welcome back to the channel, actually. It's been a while since you've been on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Scotty B in the chat. Hello, famous man. What's the dinner? To be honest with you, I actually haven't had any dinner. All I've had is a sausage roll because I've had no time. So there you go. The two regulars are back on. Well, we didn't know if Garrick was going to be on yesterday, but he is with us tonight. Great to see you on.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, good. Great to hear you that you're better than you were yesterday, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. And also joining us, it's the man from Cambridge. It's Owen Coyle.
How are we doing? Now?
Yeah, it's not too bad, thank you. Yes. Right, well, let's get straight into business. Obviously, as I'm sure you're all aware, the massive news that came out last week. Unfortunately, I would have actually done it last week, but I wasn't available, sadly, when the news was coming out. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo signing for Manchester United. They say football's all about money, but I'll tell you what, we've only got him for like 25 mil at the max. And I mean,
yeah, only 25 mil.
He's 36. He's 36 years old. Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, if you look at a player that's, look at I can't think of his name now. Arnautovic is certainly in his 30s, isn't he? He's quite a bit as well. There's players who are at least 35, 36 that are still quite expensive. So, to get 25 million at the max for Ronaldo, a player with Premier League experience has just broken another record, 111 international goals, beating that guy from Iran, whatever his name was. Yeah, him as well. I couldn't remember his name, but, he's a fantastic player, isn't he? Let's be honest. And when he plays in the Premier League, he's a man with experience, which is ideal for United. But I'll go to Owen first of all. Where do you think Ronaldo will fit in this lineup?
I think obviously he'll slot straight in at striker. To be fair, I think like with Ronaldo, it's sort of. At some point, I sort of think like when we were going to sign, I was thinking, like when the rumors sort of coming, I was like, it's nice to get him off City, but I was thinking, do we need a CDM more? But I think with Ronaldo, he gets in the team. Like I think you also have to build a team around him. Like he's that good, and if we have to play to his strengths, and if we play to his strengths, I think he could win the Premier League Golden Boot. He outscored Lukaku last season, so he can do it this season. But I think he'd fit in at striker. I don't think he'll be playing on the left because he doesn't really have the pace anymore. He has like a bit of like off the over 5 meters he's fast, but over like 40, 50 meters he's not that fast anymore. But I'd say he can go straight in at striker, and it's not as long as we can get the balls into him. God, yeah, anything could happen. Anything's possible. Especially after those headers a few days ago, I was pretty excited by that. To be honest, everyone at halftime saying he's finished, including Gabby O'Bonlahor. Although, to be fair, we shouldn't give him publicity on this channel. But yeah, he was running his mouth like a lot of other people. But we'll see. The proof be in the pudding. But people have doubted Ronaldo before, and it's sort of come back to bite them. So I think it's going to happen again.
Yeah, and that's something that I like about him is you get people doubting him every 2 seconds, right? He defies the odds and he shuts the haters up. Now, that's something a footballer in general needs to do. Grealish, I mean, as much as I hate Man City, I think he'll be a decent addition for them. So, we'll see what happens there. Box, I can't keep that message in the chat because of the language used. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But you just
I just can't. I'd look to them, so I can do that.
Yeah.
But I just can't keep it in the chat, obviously, because of the language, obviously. Try and keep it as PG as we can. But there you go. Thanks for joining anyway, Box. Hope you're doing well indeed. But Gavik, I mean, Ronaldo's one heck of a player, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he'll make United a team pushing for the title, definitely. I think that could be the main difference. Whether I think, United will be huge title contenders because of Ronaldo. He makes huge impacts into games. You see the amount of goals he scores each season and assists, all that sort of thing. So, yeah, huge signing for United.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to seeing him play against Hughes, but I bet you can't wait to go to the Amex and see him playing. I mean, I know he's against you, but just to see him playing anyway, it's one of the best footballs in the world. Chance of a lifetime. That's if you can even. Oh, you're a season ticket holder, aren't you? So you should be able to get there.
Yeah, it should be.
I was going to say if it's tickets, you'll have a problem. Everyone will be just going for the tickets, won't they? It'll be packed. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it probably will be full crowd.
wouldn't be a shock. Normally is when we play against them. Adam, as another United fan, obviously my name MUFC Daily, sort of gives it away, doesn't it? But what are your thoughts on the Ronaldo signing? I know Owen said that we probably could have gone for a CDM. Probably should have gone for another CDM. But as I say, we've got 4 weeks in January to actually try and sort that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. If you have a chance to go for him, you go for him. And just the fact that we made City fans cry is the best thing about it. They were so convinced. They were like, yeah, Ronaldo's coming to City as soon as he comes to United. Yeah, it's finished anyway. Messi's clear. Like, the saltiness is unreal. I mean, yeah, we should have gone for a CDM, but like I said again, if you have a chance to go for a player like Ronaldo, you should, because yes, he's 36, but the guy, it really doesn't matter as long as he's clearly like taking care of himself, and because he still manages to score goals like crazy, like the game versus Ireland suggested, and it was so funny seeing people saying, "Oh, Ronaldo's finished Ronaldo," then he goes scores 2 headers to become the top international goal scorer. And
Silencing the haters.
Yeah, I saw a video where the City fan, it was before we signed, he was saying, "I can't wait to see United fans climb when Ronaldo scores a 90+ fifth minute winner at Old Trafford." But top 10 moments before disaster.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I know there was talks of him going to Man City, but
I don't feel like he was going to go.
I don't think that was ever going to happen. Really,
I think he was alert to get United.
I think it was all along that because he was he really going to risk was he going to lose his Old Trafford legacy by going to a rival club? No, I mean, if you're a person that has that sort of legacy, you're not going to risk losing that. And I mean, the amount of stick he got anyway when it was going on, and then he joined United, and everyone just shuts up. Some of the people in our fan base a bit moronic, but there you go. It's one of them things. I know the headers he scored. This is one thing that we need really, because I mean, I don't know if you think the same here, but in recent performances, we're putting balls into the box to no one. He can get into the right positions. If he's playing in a front three, then again, it'll probably be a 4-2-3-1. But if he plays in a 4-2-3-1, him at left mid, Sancho at right mid, Bruno centre attacker mid behind Edinson Cavani, I think that's the strongest attack we're going to have, because you got two very tall players who are good in the air, getting into the penalty area for headers. And that's something we lacked, because a lot of the times, I mean, especially last season as well, we weren't winning headers. And even when we were heading them into the middle of next week. So, our header needs to be better. And is that Kieran going behind you there?
No. That's my dad going behind me there.
Oh!
No, that's the reason I took off. I was ordering my Chinese. So I took off for a second.
What I'm looking forward to with Ronaldo the most is, I wonder what's going to happen with Greenwood. Like, having Ronaldo as like a mentor is going to be good. He has like Ronaldo, Cavani, Solskjaer as mentors. Like, what a trio of mentors to have. Because the biggest weakness with Greenwood's game, in my opinion, is his heading. Because I don't think he'd ever scored a header for us. I might be wrong, but, and what better players to learn from than Ronaldo and Cavani?
Yep, and there you go. And that's, I think that is an accurate stat. 14 out of the 111 Portugal goals were penalties, and people still call him Ronaldo.
I feel bad for Bruno. Every time he tries to take a penalty,
by the way,
going to take it off him.
Here's a question.
And he missed, didn't he? As well.
I know, yeah. It was a good save. But here's a question for you, because we're talking about Portugal there. In these current times, with the fact a lot of the teams are now improving, where would Portugal be without Bruno and Ronaldo?
Nowhere near where they are. Let's just say that.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was expecting, to be honest with you.
But they have Bernardo Silva. He's just...
I'm not going to lie, right? Bernardo Silva, right? Don't get me wrong. When I saw him in the last, I saw him from the 80th minute onwards against Ireland. He was good with the ball, but his end product was worse than mine. And I can barely hit the target.
Who's rubbish for Portugal? Diogo Jota. A few days ago.
He didn't get a shot on target.
That's the thing. From about 2 yards, he headed the ball against the post. Like, literally, it was basically a tap, and it's just...
Gavick would have scored it.
I'm sure he would have done, actually.
A 5-month-old would have scored it.
Graham Souness would have scored it.
And then he would have blamed Paul Pogba if he missed.
Portugal are very imbalanced. They used to be a defensive team, but they have a lot of attacking players, so it doesn't work. I mean, their defence is a bit shaky, I'm not going to lie, but so is United at times. I mean, given the recent performances. Right. Obviously, as we all know, the transfer window closed the other day. Tuesday, actually, wasn't it? Tuesday, 31st. Tuesday, 31st. So that was this Tuesday. Transfer window closed. What I'm going to say is, obviously, for our respective teams, obviously, we'll go through who our teams have signed and what our thoughts were on the transfer window, and then wait it out at 10. We'll start off with Brighton, because Garrick's barely been able to get a word in. So, as we've been too busy talking about United. How would you rate Brighton's transfer window?
Not great. Probably worse than average. The position we desperately needed to get a player in was striker, and we didn't do that. We actually signed the striker on deadline day and sent him out on loan somewhere. So we've now got 3 options up top. One of them's now injured, so we're down with 2. Yeah. We've got 3 other strikers on loan that aren't actually too bad, but I don't know. But elsewhere, we signed a centre mid and Wepu, and then we signed Cucurella on deadline day. They're decent signings, but we've got loads of cover in midfield already, so I don't think we're going to be impacted. I don't think we're going to benefit that much in that position. And down the left, where Cucurella would be, we've already got Solly March and Dan Burns. So
he only plays in March.
Oh, very good.
I don't think. I think it's a bad window. Like why we not signed a striker? I'll never know. But it's been the same thing for 4 years.
But I don't understand that. Why sign a striker and then loan him out 2 seconds after? What's the point in that?
What we actually.
What's the point in that?
It's okay.
If you're not going to guarantee him game time, don't sign him. I don't know who your recruitment staff is, but they're crap, obviously. Do you?
We've sent I think we've done about 30 transfers out or 25 transfers out, and we've signed about 6.
That's probably true.
Yeah, Box is probably right. We've loaned out, I think, about 15 players this season, and bringing in just on transfers, we've only brought in about 6 first-team players, and one of them obviously was sent out on loan.
Yeah.
So only 5.
Oh, oops. Oh dear. What would you rate it out of 10? Probably a 2.
I mean, Cucurella and Mwepu could be decent signings, but yeah,
Cucurella's going to be a good signing, I think.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
I'll go for maybe 4.5 just because of that. But where we
That's
actually
probably generous.
yeah, probably. But where we actually needed players in attack, we haven't done it, so I can't put it any higher than that.
Yeah, that's true. And today's big can, I've got the big can today. The big can of Iron Brew is open up your nose.
All right.
I mean,
Not literally, you'd have a job trying to stick this up your nose. Right.
They did one good bit of business. They managed to sell Ben White for 50 mil.
That's good, actually.
I mean,
Daylight robbery.
That was daylight robbery. I'll tell you something else that was daylight robbery was Dan James, 30 mil. Wobbly there. I wouldn't even say he's bloody 10 mil. Awful.
I can't believe Arsenal has just paid 50 million for White.
There's more money into the club. I wouldn't complain.
Obviously, our other centre backs like Lewis Dunk were better last season. So why? So he's not really much of a loss.
English
Yeah. And then when he doesn't play well, he goes for a dunk. Oh, they're all coming out today. Yep, got that. Daddy would fit it up his nose. I don't think so. His nose isn't that big. His nose isn't that big.
I beg your pardon.
It's not. Use Mr. Funny. I don't know if you saw on the stream last night. Oh, we had a right old comical moment. I was in tears laughing, which is very unusual for me on the stream. My dad, right, because my mum was trying to say, my mum sat here, my dad's over there with me, so I'm sat on that seat here, right. Dad's there, and my mum's just gone trying to mouth thing to him, and he's saying, "All right, yeah," and he stuck 2 fingers up and stuck 2 fingers up at her, and you could see it literally on the camera. Someone thought he'd stuck 2 fingers up at them. I've never felt so embarrassed in my life. I was like, oh my god, that was hilarious. You can actually check that out if you want to. It's on the Hungary England stream. I'll try and find where the actual bit is. Where is it? I mean, it was certainly before the game started, wasn't it? Oh, it's this, isn't it? Is this it? No, you can literally see it actually. Oh my god! No, you can literally see it. It's hilarious actually. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Where was the actual? Let's have a look. Right, it's Oh, right, it's somewhere. Hey, where is it actually? Let's have a look. Here it is. Watch closely. Oh dear me. It's 19, exactly 19 minutes on that stream if you want to see that. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Timestamp it in the comments. In like 10 years' time, someone can still come back to it and watch it in all its glory.
Yeah. There you go. I've just actually put it in there now. There you go. Right. Anyway, back onto where we were. Where were we? Oh yeah, waiting now transfer windows. Quickly, Borough's window. It's the best window we've had. We've signed 13 players, I think. 12 or 13 players. So we've signed a lot. A lot of them are loan deals, but some of the players we've signed in are very good. We got rid of Spence and Morsey. I wasn't bothered about them anyway because I thought they were about as good as a wet fart. So I was happy with that. So two players out, 12 in. I couldn't be more happy with that. So I'd give that a 9 out of 10. Very, very happy. Some great signings we got there. I just hope they end up being good in the actual season. United, though. I don't know. I think I don't know what you will think, but I think it's the same with United. It's a good transfer window, but we should have got a CDM in.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. I mean, personally, I know we only signed 3 players: Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo, but they're all top quality players. So really, we've spent in total 160 mil on 3 very good players. Unlike Man City, who spent 100 mil on 1. You know, we've done.
The less said about him, the better.
Yeah. We've done quite well on the transfer window. So I'd say 8 out of 10, but I think it would have been better if we actually got a CDM. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I feel like if we sort of if we complain too much, we'd sound really spoiled. I mean, considering some like Newcastle fans, like we have Mike Ashley as their owner, so I mean, at the same time, it's like I think. The Sancho one was it was good, but I think that one was sort of on the cards last year, and then they pulled out last minute. But I feel like that should have happened last window. It didn't, and then got done this window. So I guess that's like fair play. But I was surprised we signed Varane, to be honest. I think Varane is the one which obviously I was surprised we signed Ronaldo, but Varane was like I just thought, why would Varane leave Real Madrid to come join us? But I know everyone will be screaming at the YouTube money. That's why I leave. But I think like I'd give it like it's got to be an 8 out of 10, isn't it? It can't be lower than 8, surely. I know CDM is important, but having Ronaldo back, just the romance of it, we just had to do it. Really, to be honest, I don't think I could have seen him play for City. But I'd say 8 out of 10. If we had a CDM, it'd be an 11 out of 10. If that's possible.
With Rice.
Yeah, with Declan Rice a lot of people say Ndidi. I mean, I've no question that we would have had to pay through the nose for Ndidi.
Yes, Ndidi.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
That's 4 now. I'm on fire. Yeah, 11 out of 10 with Rice. That's a squad builder showdown meme, if you don't know.
Oh, right.
AJ3. Yes, it's a 10 out of 10, but it'd be 11 out of 10 with Vice. That's always been a bit of a meme for some reason. So you'd rate it high?
I'd say yeah. I'd say 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Adam, I know you said you have to head off in about 5 minutes' time or something. So, how would you rate the window?
I mean, 8 out of 10, because had we got a CDM, it would have been definitely 10 out of 10. But fortunately, we did it. But we made 3 very good signings. Sancho, he's going to take a bit of time to adapt. We can't expect him to just... Yeah, so I think that one's a bit of a work in progress, maybe. But with Varane and Ronaldo, they're ones who can contribute, like, already. Like, they can come in and already just not... what's the word? They can hit the ground running, I think. Varane was my favourite signing just because I thought Varane, when the rumours us linking Varane to United, I thought, oh, he's going to sign a new deal at Real Madrid. It's going to be exactly like Ramos. And then it got close. I'm like, don't give me hope. No, we're probably going to end up signing Ben White before Arsenal did.
Ben White, yeah. Or Sven Botman.
Sven Botman would be all right, but then we got Varane, and I'm there like, okay, yeah, that was the good signing because we needed a centre back, and he fits well next to Maguire and Ronaldo. Like, can we really say anything bad about the Ronaldo transfer?
Well, apart from we're going to get all the Juventus fans now. But,
no, wait, I can't.
All the Ronaldo fanboys.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
Well, it is because everyone's going to just call United fans, every single United fan, glories now. That's all they ever get anyway. Welcome, Rich, by the way.
No hate.
Big up, everyone. Good to see you got your camera sorted. I know.
Oh no, I'm doing it on my phone. My laptop's it broke. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to fly out now. Need to cook. I mean, I tell you what, your arms must be sore, Scotty, with all this flying. Right. Okay, let's go on to the next thing then. Well, it's a summary really of the transfer window. We've had some really good transfers. I mean, I think this has been one of the most exciting and one of the most craziest transfer windows I've ever seen in my footballing life. You know, we've had Messi leave, Barcelona go to PSG. We had a rumoured €200 million bid for Mbappe that was rejected.
Ramos and Varane both leaving.
Ramos for Varane both leaving Real Madrid. We've had Griezmann going back to Atletico Madrid. We've had obviously Ronaldo coming to United.
Memphis,
Grealish going to City. You know, it's been a crazy transfer window.
Lukaku back to Chelsea as well.
Yes, that was. He's had a good start there, and Haaland as well. I mean, there was stuff about Haaland, but I don't think he was going to leave. I mean, Bayern have had a decent window actually. Managed to get Upamecano in, and Marcel Sabitzer, their new sign as well.
He's a bargain.
That is a bargain, actually. Yes, I have to laugh, right? Everyone complains that you're Bayern stealing all the Leipzig players. Well, if they didn't want that to happen, why didn't their clubs go in for them?
Exactly.
I think I remember Spurs were in for Sabitzer, weren't they, at one point?
Why would you want to go?
Yeah, Tottenham? But why would he go to it? Why would he want to go to a team who can't win a trophy?
If he goes to Tottenham, he's going to be in antidepressants for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but how would you guys? I mean, what would you say the transfer window about transfer window? I think it's been like it's been one of the most exciting, but one of the craziest ones for me.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah. There was one signing that I thought was very underrated, in my opinion. It was Leon Bailey to Aston Villa. I thought that was a very good signing.
A lot of people said that was a cack. A lot of people were saying it was a cack signing. Well, in my words, but
what do you
a lot of
think
people
of
were saying
Leon
it was
Bailey?
an awful signing. Leon Bailey, I've watched him in the Bundesliga, and he is a nightmare. He's an absolute nightmare down that left-hand side. So really, for a team like Aston Villa, that's one heck of a signing. I'll tell you one of the most silliest, I think one of the most ridiculous signings was Demarai Gray going to Everton. Or was it? No, to Leverkusen, sorry. That was someone else. Demarai Gray going to Leverkusen. I didn't understand that before. There was another one I can't quite remember. There was so who went to Everton? There was some. I'm pretty certain there was someone who went to Everton.
That was Demarai Gray. We played against him last week, and Gray scored against us.
Oh yeah, I thought it was Demarai Gray. I wasn't certain. Yeah, he went from Leverkusen to Everton. That was a strange
He
one.
wants to play under the fat Spanish waiter. That's why he went to Everton.
I mean, Ben, I have to say, right, another crazy one. Ben Wright to Arsenal. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, apart from my OP flops there because Arsenal don't know how to use their signings properly.
Like, we got Varane and Ronaldo for less than Ben White.
Yeah.
It's quite sobering.
But do you think that, I mean, I hate the fact that it's just all money nowadays in football, but I think do you think that the reason why these prices are so high, I mean, especially for the English ones, because it's a player from that country in that league. So an English Premier League player, example, like really 50, 70 odd million. It's too expensive, really, but you can understand why, in a sense, can't you, really?
Yeah.
You don't. I guess it's because you don't want to like strengthen a rival. Like if someone like buys, I don't know, like with Jack Grealish. Well, Villa aren't really rivals to City, but like with Harry Kane, his price was sort of inflated because like he stupidly signed a 6-year deal, but B, his agent's an absolute clown. But B, he. Like, obviously, if they were going to Spurs still, for some reason, see City as a rival, in quotation marks, because there's no chance of getting anywhere near City this season. But I think that's usually why, isn't it? It's like you don't want to. It's like when Arsenal sold Van Persie to us. It was sort of like then we won the league. Basically, it was a bit. It was once Arsenal like just basically gave us a league title for like 30 million or whatever it was. But
yeah,
I just think the maddest thing about this transfer window is like both Messi and Ronaldo have left their clubs. Like usually, like especially with Messi, it's like you just never envisage him like leaving. And then with Ronaldo, it's he could leave, but I thought Ronaldo would leave, but go back to Portugal or something, or go to America.
I was thinking that, and I actually thought. I thought Messi was going to actually go to Argentina.
Yeah, I thought that, but like, so to see them both leave was a bit mental, to be honest. Because when Messi left Barca, I thought it was a bit of like a chess move where it was like, they weren't happy with La Liga's rules, so our biggest asset's going to leave if you don't change the rules. But yeah, it was that was the craziest part to me. Obviously, it's obvious, but.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the Memphis Depay to Barcelona as well. I think that was a great signing for them.
I miss Depay, man. I know he was captain, but I do miss him.
I always had a bit of a joke when it came to Memphis. Who ate all Depays?
Oh, that's like fantasy football name.
Yeah.
He's doing well for Barca, though.
He's not bad. He was doing well for Leon as well, wasn't he? It was banging them in. Give him the number 7. Bring him back. Bring him back to United. That's the next person. That's the next player we bring back, just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Rich in the chat agrees with you, Adam. He thinks Varane may be the most important signing. Yeah, because it's a position that we needed to strengthen, really, wasn't it? Because our defence was weak. I mean, to be honest with you, we're conceding. I don't know why, but whenever we play against Brighton, we always concede against you. I don't understand it, and I think it's just because our defence is crap. Conceded against Southampton, conceded a superb goal against Leeds, and last season it was our defending that cost us the title, and I think that might be the same again this season. So without Varane, we'd be still in the same situation. To be honest with you. I think. I know you haven't made many signings, but personally, for me, I'd say Brighton are an established Premier League club now. But to stay in the Premier League, you need to make more signings than that. Cucurella's going to be, I think, a good addition to your team. The other guy I've never heard of, but as you said, you didn't go for the position that you needed. Plus, you've also lost. You've lost one of your main centre backs as well in Ben White. So, and you didn't seem to bring in another centre back. So that's a bit of a downfall.
I don't see White as a huge loss because for cover we had Duffy returning. We've still got Webster. We've got Dunk. So we have Byrne as well, and all of those I think we're at a very similar level to White. I didn't see White as some player in the spotlight better than all the others. I think actually like Dunk was better, and White was probably on the level of like Webster and Duffy sort of thing. So I don't think we're going to miss him that much, considering Duffy came in, scored in his first, I think, home game return. So I don't think we'll miss him. But yeah, striker, I don't get what the recruitment team's thinking in attack really.
Maybe they're thinking that Malpai's enough.
He'll do it against Arsenal.
I think anyone could do it against Arsenal.
I think the Pakistani under 5 could do it against Arsenal.
Comfortably.
And they're probably better than Pakistan's first team.
Probably, yeah. Probably. Another point here, which is what City's window wasn't great. How sad. Well, they got Jack Grealish, I suppose that's something. And his first... Oh, yeah, great. Jack's first goal was actually scored with his jack. Literally.
Oh.
The first goal he scored, which was against Norwich, it went in off his nuts. I was like, what a good goal that wasn't. But okay. Rich thought that Depay was poor.
He was.
He wasn't great, but I just don't think he had enough time to sort of settle in. I don't think he'd been given enough chance.
His Instagram account's 6, so that's good. It doesn't matter that he's bad. Just buy him for the Instagram account.
He started doing rap videos as soon as he got to Leon.
Yeah.
He's past it now. I assume you mean Ronaldo, because Ronaldo's in the title.
Let me guess, you're a City fan?
Ipswich.
That's impossible.
No, yeah, worse. He's Ipswich.
Oh.
Ipswich.
I'm pretty sure.
How did your transfer window go, by the way, Nick? I know you signed Sam Morsey. It was a good play for them, but I see you've had a good start to the season. You still haven't won a match. But oh yes, Premier League was the next thing I was going to talk about, wasn't it? We've only been going for 14 minutes. I tell you what, it feels like it's been going on for longer. So there you go. It's flew by. Premier League. I mean, we didn't get to speak last week, obviously. It's the international break now, so we've got a bit of time. Brighton. I mean, you've had a good start. You've had a good start of the season. I mean, I know you lost the last game. Who were you against last game? Yeah, you were against Everton. I mean, to be honest with you, I did expect Everton to win that. But 6 points out of 9. I mean, I think that's better than any start you've had in the Prem.
Yeah,
so,
our start, I think, since we got promoted. But we were playing against Burnley and Watford, who aren't the strongest of teams. So I'm not getting my hopes up completely, although we were dropping points a lot against teams like that last season and seasons before. So not getting my hopes up yet. But yeah, brilliant start so far.
I'm just looking at your next fixtures, actually. You've got Brentford. I don't know about Brentford. I think that might be a draw, because Brentford seem to be flying at the minute. You know, they're getting some points on the board. They got 3 points against Arsenal. They got a point against Aston Villa. They won, I think, against Crystal Palace, didn't they? So,
no, they got a point. It was 0-0.
Oh, they got a point. So they won 5. They won 5 points already. And they didn't get the 3 points against Villa because of VAR, apparently. So they've had a good start. I think they'll be a tough team. And then you've got Leicester. I mean, I don't have high hopes for you there, if I'm honest. But then you've got the M23 derby, is it, at Crystal Palace?
I mean, you can call it that, although...
Well, that's what everyone calls it.
There isn't really much of a link towards that, considering the M23 starts in Crawley, which is quite a long way away from Brighton, so...
Just crawling along there, aren't you? That's 6 now. I'm not losing count. Oh,
6.
So what? Why is it called? I don't understand why it's called the M23 Derby. The barely doesn't seem to be anyone who actually knows.
No.
All I know is it's a bit of an intense rivalry. Even though Palace is South London and you're down the south coast, so you're nowhere near.
No.
I've never understood it really.
They're probably the closest competitive team to us. That's probably the only reason why a rival. But, yeah.
Well, there you go. So, how do you think you'll do against Brentford? I think Brentford will give you a good test.
Yeah. Brentford have proven to be a good team. I thought at the beginning of the season they might do quite well this season, considering they had a few seasons in the Championship where they were knocking on the door in the playoffs, getting for promotion. Like Brighton did that. We went in the playoffs quite a few seasons in a row before we went up. And that obviously we must have built on that to stay up. So I think Brentford might do that as well. They're definitely going to be.
I've got to go now. See you, Dad.
All right, no problem. Cheers for coming on, mate.
No problem.
See you, Adam.
All right, see you.
See you.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, he did say before he had to head off. Just after he said 6:30. He's actually stayed on an extra 10 minutes. Hey, royalty. Anyway, carry on what you were saying. Sorry.
So, I mean, both Brighton and Brentford were knocking on the door in the Championship playoffs. They're sort of the same thing. So I think Brentford are going to do fairly well. I think they're going to be fairly comfortable at staying up. So it's going to be definitely a tough test. I think you're probably right that it might well be a draw, or you might even lose, considering it's at Brentford ground. Away games are always tough, as it is.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there, did I? I thought it looked for something there. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, they're a decent side. I mean, if you can keep Ivan Toney and Damsgaard away from your goal, then you should be okay. But I'd say the main threat. I think Norgard as well has been quite good for them. And they've got some decent players, but they're practically a Danish side, aren't they now? They're practically full of Danes. City, a BTEC Denmark.
Yeah.
We've got a BTEC Portugal in Wolves, so why not? What were you saying?
And I was just saying Mbuemo's good. Brian Mbuemo is also good as well for Brentford. Against Arsenal, he was decent. Mbuemo, yeah. I'm probably going to announce that wrong, but I had a chance. And like, if he just, he scored. I think they played a pre-season game at Old Trafford, and he scored a cracker. To be fair, so
yeah,
that's pretty much all I've got to go off. But I think he was good in the Championship last season.
I'll say something. When they got promoted, the biggest mistake they made was selling Said Benrahma. They should never have sold him. They should never have sold him, especially to one of their London rivals. But I wouldn't. I don't know about Said. I mean, oops. Dear me. And Garrick suddenly turned into the ceiling. There you go. Yes. You're not dancing on the ceiling like Lionel Richie does. Or if he was a biscuit, it'd be Lionel Rich tea. But there you go. I just get the sarcastic. Just get the sarcastic nod from Moen. Yes. He knows it's a cack joke. Benrahma for me is a fantastic player. He was brilliant in the Championship last season. And then as soon as he left, West Ham, he's had an okay start, don't get me wrong. I mean, he got a goal and an assist in the last game against Leicester City. But do you think do you think it was the right decision selling him to West Ham? I think it was the worst decision Brentford made. I've only been on 45 minutes. I'm on till 7. Yeah. Right. Sorry, who was that saying?
Well, yeah, it probably is the wrong decision, but I saw something before where Brentford's system regarding players is that they bring players up from a youth and then sell them off. So it's no surprise that Benrahma, but maybe it's not the best sort of tactic from the club.
Deal.
It's obviously what they want to do.
Yeah, it's up to the club, isn't it, at the end of the day? Yes, it was a bit of a strange decision. On to United. I mean, another inconsistent start. We have too many of these. We start off well against Leeds. Have a bit of a crap first start. We dominated Leeds throughout the game, won comfortably. We play Southampton, lucky to get a draw, and then we play Wolves, and we somehow, I don't know how on earth we managed it, we somehow did a smash and grab. Like, I know it's 7 points out of 9, can't complain, but it's the performances. The performances since that Leeds game have been cack.
Yeah, no, I was going to say with Leeds, like Leeds sort of play into our hands as well. Like the way they sort of play, they play like man for man all over the pitch. So, like even that game, obviously we won 5-1, we played well, but yeah, you know, we played well, but I think that you know, even that game, you can say the first half wasn't that good, and then you know the second half was brilliant too. But I know you only have to beat what's in front of you, but it was, you know, Leeds just playing to our hands, and then. Yeah, Southampton was poor, and Wolves, both Southampton and Wolves. I think Wolves, especially the way they pressed us, and the way they sort of, you know, they didn't like rush into it, but they pressed certain areas instead of just pressing everyone. So we couldn't really pass through them. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, we were shocking. I can't believe we actually managed to get out of there with a win because, like, you know, if I think we had about what was it? 2 or 3 shots on target in the entire game, and Adama Traore just ran the show. 2. Oh, okay. I mean, even worse. But yeah, I mean, somehow we're lucky to have 7 out of 9, and we're actually level on points with Chelsea, which I still can't quite believe, considering how well they've played.
West Ham, by the way, have been they've been a surprise this season, haven't they? I mean, they've started so well. I mean. I think they've also won 7 points out of 9, and Spurs as well. West Ham and Spurs seem to be a bit of a danger. Well, they look to be a danger this
Spurs
season.
Spurs are on 9, aren't they? Spurs are
they're top.
9.
They're top. I don't know how long that's going to last, though. But it could be. I think it could be a strange season where we could have, you know, the big teams might not dominate it. West Ham might dominate the season but lose the title. And plus, don't forget, we've got these Champions League games. And actually, that was something I was going to go on to, actually. The Champions League, Europa League, and the European Conference League draw was made. Do you know there's actually some good teams in that Conference League? There's some really good teams. Ours at Alkmaar dropped into it as well. So there's some good teams in the Conference League. And I think Spurs, I wouldn't say Spurs have the easiest of groups. But United's group, I mean, Villarreal, hopefully we can get an vengeance on them, win that. Atalanta, that could be tricky because they play quite well. They play quite well normally in Champions League, and then Young Boys at the Wood Stadium. I dare say it half the time, but before anyone thinks I'm being rude, no, I'm not, because this is legitimately the name of the stadium that Young Boys play at. It's called the Wankdorf Stadium. And the team's called Young Boys. Brilliant. What an awful name for a stadium.
There's so many tripwires there. Literally so many tripwires.
I know. It's in Bern and it's called that, and it's called Young Boys. Oh my God. Yeah, I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, what a good name for a stadium. I mean, goodness me, it's one of the most pathetic ones in the world, dear me.
It's like when you're on like Pro Clubs and someone's like named a stadium.
Probably have, to be honest with you. I was like, oh my God, we've seriously played. I didn't imagine the commentators on there. Oh my God. I bet after the commentators don't say the name of the stadium. It's a really lousy name.
They probably just say, "Oh, we're playing in Switzerland this evening," and that's about it.
Yeah, that's probably what they do. Yeah, the W. Dorf Stadium. Yeah. We just spoke a bit there. So, I mean, fairly, I think it's an easy group for United, but I think there's 1 or 2 things that we could trip up on. Oh, lights out, lights on.
Something's up.
Oh dear. Okay, something's going on then. Anyways, I mean, which group would you say is the toughest one for me? I think it's Group B or Group A, the money one. This is the Champions League.
Champions League.
Yeah. Which group would you say the toughest? For me, it's either A or B. Bayern's group's not. I wouldn't. I mean, Bayern's group should be a walkover.
The one with City and PSG in it.
Who?
Is it City and PSG? Oh, what the?
City, PSG, Leipzig. So three.
Yeah, that
money
one.
clubs.
They've got the reverse of our group last season because we had PSG and Leipzig. And then we might, Istanbul, the Saks here, we lost to. They got relegated last season, but we lost them in the Champions League. So, that was funny. But
they're in the
bar front.
They're in the I think they're in the Europa League now. They're even the Europa or the Conference League. I don't know, but would you say it's a pretty easy group? I know there's a few teams in there, Villarreal that Atalanta could struggle with, but I'm expecting, I'd say, being optimistic, probably 15 points and then possibly lose to Atalanta.
Well,
to be honest.
Now we've got Ronaldo, Mr. Champions League. I think he'll be a pure formality, Daryl. We get through the group.
He loves scoring against Villarreal as well.
He does. Didn't he get a hat trick or something? A hat trick last time.
And he's played against Atalanta for Juve. And young boys, I think anyone could score against them.
Well, exactly. I think, who was it last time? I think it was Fellaini scored time we played young boys. So.
Oh, that was literally a last minute goal in a cack performance.
It's the one when Mourinho smashed the water bottles.
Yeah. Good way to celebrate the goal. Yeah. Yeah. Well, personally, I know a lot of people have said Group A is the toughest group, but I think Group B, personally. Because if you look at Group B, right, you've got, excuse me, you've got Group B. You've got Liverpool. You got Liverpool, who are 6-time champions. Milan, who I think are 2-time champions. You got Atletico Madrid, who've been to the finals and have won the Europa League. And they're also the current champions of Spain. And then you got FC Porto, who are another team that have won the Champions League. You got teams in there that have won European competitions. Every single team has won a European competition. That is a tough group to call for me.
That's saying fingers crossed Liverpool get knocked out, but
I think they will get knocked out. In fairness, I tell you what. By the way, fair play to Sheriff Tiraspol, the team in Moldova, got to the group stage. They won't last very long because they got Inter, Real Madrid, and Shakhtar.
Yeah.
Bye. That's the first thing you said. First thing I said as soon as I saw the group, I was like, "Well, I hope you enjoyed your debuts. You're not going to last very long." So
going to Ukraine's hard.
Oh, Ukraine's not easy.
There was a run of I think there was loads I don't know how long it was, but there was a long run where an English team hadn't gone there and won or something, gone to Shakhtar and won, but yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, they're a good side at home. Difficult team to beat.
Hey, Fred came from Shakhtar.
And now he's cack. So 50 million well spent. Yeah. All right. Right, let's have a look. What else are we going to mention? Is there anything else ready to mention? I don't think so, ready. Is there anything you guys want to mention?
Just Cambridge United above Plymouth. Just keep mentioning that on the channel, just in case Liam Martin's watching. He didn't have very nice words to say about Cambridge United after we drew with them. A deserved draw. I don't care what he says. It was a deserved draw. Yeah, I know they hit the bar a few times near the end. I mean, and we were hanging on for dear life, but it was a deserved draw. But no, I just wanted to say that really, Daryl. To be honest, I know Liam's not here to defend himself, but he thought we'd get relegated. So there we go.
Garrick, anything else?
No, don't think so.
Oh, that's what I was going to mention. I've just remembered now. World Cup qualifications back.
Right.
Obviously, first game after the Euros, we beat Hungary 4-0, and the players were subject to racial abuse. I don't want to really go into that, but all I'm going to say is the fans that did it, you're a bunch of tits. There you go. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. It's a bit ridiculous. But we didn't have, right, the first half was cack. Right? Yeah, we had 4 shots in the first half. Neither team had a shot on target. Second half, every single shot we had was on target. 8 shots we had in the second half, all 8 on target. And Peter Galaxy had an absolute mare. He had a nightmare in goal. Because I don't know if you saw the goals of them, but the first goal is a pull back to Sterling, easy as you like. Nothing he could have done about that. Second goal, a header is practically straight at him. It goes through his arms. And then the third one is a header from Maguire, which goes in off him. And then the fourth one takes the touch off him from a wide shot. So he had a bit of a nightmare in goal. But Hungary defensively, right? I mean, Hungary are a good side, a very good side, don't get me wrong. Defensively, they were worse than Middlesbrough.
And that's saying something. What's some of your lives?
That takes some doing, to be honest with you. They were really awful defensively, though, weren't they? I mean,
I only watched the highlights, really.
Did you watch the full game?
No, I only watched the highlights. I only saw the goals.
I mean, Garrick.
Yeah. I watched most of it, but the rest. Right. I watched most of it, but I didn't see a single goal. It's the same old sod's law.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, never turn off. But all I'll say, by the way, is the referee.
Tunek Chakir.
Tunic Kakia is what I pronounced it.
He sent Nani off, didn't he, in 2013?
Yeah. Well, his name is Turkish, right? His name is Kakia. Right.
He was Kakia.
C-A-K-I-R. Kakia. And I said and Dad said he can't be more cackier than some of the championship refs. Which was true. But he was called Kakia, and he was cack. Dear me. It was awful. It was awful. Every single decision, right? There was blatant fouls that we should have had. I mean, especially in the first half, which he didn't give. I don't know if you saw the free kick that was given outside the penalty area in the first half that Szoboszlai sent to Ukraine. That was cack because there's a blatant foul, right? There's a blatant foul, I believe, on Declan Rice. Right, so Rice gets fouled blatantly. The ref doesn't give it, and then literally a second later, he gives a free kick to them.
I saw that.
It was a blatant foul on Rice, and he didn't give it. It was ridiculous, but yeah, you didn't really miss much apart from the 4 goals. It wasn't an amazing game, but. So it could have been 6, could have been 7. Kane just couldn't finish his dinner. I mean, I can definitely finish my dinner, no problem. But there you go. But
finish your dinner and everyone else.
No, it's it was probably I'd say a professional performance in the end, wasn't it?
Did you see Spain lost their first World Cup qualifier in like 28 years? Yeah.
28 years, yes, 28 years. 1993. Was the 1993 was the last time they lost a World Cup qualification game, and then they lose to Sweden.
That's a ridiculous record. That's a record older than all of us, I think.
Do you know what's funny, right? As I have to laugh. Everyone's hyping up Italy. You know, we were all saying Italy should win. They couldn't even beat Bulgaria, who had 1 shot. and scored.
I can't say I have any sympathy for them, to be honest.
No, to be honest with you. I just saw that. I was like, outside. There was some shock results actually yesterday. I mean, I thought we were going to have a shock when Estonia went 1-0 up against Belgium, but that ended up being 5-2. Kosovo beat Georgia. That was a bit of a shock. And obviously England against Hungary. That wasn't a surprise, really. But yeah, Spain losing to Sweden was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? In fairness. England's next games, though, obviously, because we probably won't speak to each other now till next Friday. Andorra on Thursday, and that'll be an Andorran game if we can win that. Yeah, that was terrible, that wasn't it? That was terrible. So against Andorra on Sunday, which we should win, in all honesty, we should win that. If we don't win that, then there's something wrong with us. And they only beat San Marino 2-0 and actually got dominated by San Marino in the second half. So they must be cack. But we're on good form, 12 points out of 12, should be 15 against them. And then we travel to Warsaw. And that's going to be a tough game. Very, very tough game. That's the toughest game in the group, really, Poland. Especially away from home when they're very good at Warsaw. So it's going to be a struggle, that really, isn't it? Poland. Levy, Blaszczykowski, who else? Jozwiak as well from Derby.
No, he's a great player.
There's some good players in that as well. Oh, Milik as well. Milk. Oh, as I used to call him Milk. I used to call him Milk before, yeah. And I didn't know there was an I in it, so I was saying, oh, here's Milk on the ball. Oh, Milk and that bit, let's just say that. Yeah, what are your thoughts going in for the 2 games? I mean, we don't really need to speak about the Andorra one, because in reality, that should be a fashion win. But the Poland one, I'd take a point.
I mean, I think we should go. Obviously, we'll go for the win. I think Poland are good, aren't they? But I don't know if we're wanting to essentially win the World Cup in Qatar, we got to beat teams like Poland. So, at the end of the day, even though Poland are good, we're gonna have to be better than Poland to get probably to even to a quarterfinal, semi-final. So, it'll be tough, and obviously it's in Poland, isn't it? It's in Poland.
It's in Warsaw.
Warsaw, yeah. So that'll be difficult, but I mean, if we can beat Hungary, weren't bad. I mean, if we can beat them 4-0, we can beat Poland, I reckon.
4-0. I mean, that's optimistic, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, people probably thought it was optimistic.
I think if we're going to win, I think it's going to be by 1 goal, because I think it'll be tightly matched. There'll be definitely goals in it. I think Levy's known for having a good game for Poland. Blaszczykowski's a good player. Jozwiak's a decent player as well. Milik, good player. They've got some good players in that team, and they'll cause problems. And Wojciech Szczesny and Fabianski is the goalkeepers. So, they're quite good, aren't they, actually? So, we'll see what happens with that. Garrick?
Yeah, I think, considering the last game we had against Poland, we beat them just about 2-1. So they're definitely going to cause problems, considering, now it's the away tie and possibly, no away fans there.
I don't know if Poland's on the bid list.
Considering we only just beat them before, but we'll have to find out later.
Let's have a look. Is Poland actually on the green list or is it on the red list? Green list countries. Let's have a look. Poland. No, it doesn't seem to be, does it? No, Poland is not on the green list. Oh. Is it on the red list, though? Let's have a look. Because it might be on the amber one, actually. No, Poland is not on the red list, so it must be on the amber list. Let's have a look. Yeah, Poland is on the amber list, so really we might be allowed fans there, but it'll be a limited amount. It'll be a very limited amount. But I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be one heck of a game, though. It always is when we play against Poland, because it's always a tough one when we play them. We always seem to struggle against them. Bit like Belgium. Well, Belgium at another level. Anyway, any final points? Because I'm going to wrap it up here, I think.
I think so.
I think we covered everything, Daryl.
Good, usual. Okay, well, that's it then, gentlemen. Thank you everyone for joining us. Another good show once again. Thanks to Adam for joining us. Thanks to Garrick and Owen, obviously, as usual, for coming on tonight. And hopefully we'll be back next Friday. That depends if I'm available. Hopefully. Hopefully I am. And we'll be back hopefully next week, same time, same place, 6 p.m. with unless obviously we have to change the time for any reasons. 6 p.m. Friday night, talking more about what goes on. And obviously we'll be talking mostly about the World Cup. And obviously previewing our next games, which are coming up this week. But thank you for joining us. Hope you've all enjoyed it. And check out the vlog that's going to be up tomorrow for Mask versus Seam Red Star. That is another FA Cup vlog. And hopefully we're into the hat for the second round tomorrow night. So take care. All the best. And we'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.